This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, I want to talk about Danny Garcia versus Adrian Granados. I'm going to say that again. Danny Garcia versus Adrian Granados. This fight right here could go one of two ways. I'm going to say that again. One of two ways, and I'm going to explain why. This fight could go, let's rewind the tell of the tape. It could be a remix or a rewind of Danny Garcia versus Mauricio Herrera. I don't know why I'm smelling that this fight could reek of something of that magnitude, because we all know that fight was in Puerto Rico, and what happened? Mauricio Herrera was robbed. I'm going to say that again. Mauricio Herrera was robbed, and they gave it to Danny Garcia because Danny Garcia was the bigger name, and everyone knows from Sean Porter, Adrian Broner, and now Danny Garcia. When you fight Adrian Granados, you are in for a fight. That boy comes in slugging, boy, and that boy can crack. He could hit you with something now. It could sting, because I've seen when Adrian Broner and when Sean Porter came out of that fight, they looked stitched up. They looked like they was in for a fight of their lives, and they've admitted it themselves. So Adrian Granados can go. And both of those fights with no pushovers, they were a lot of back and forth in exchange. But here's the difference between Danny Garcia and an Adrian Broner and a Sean Porter. Now, Adrian Broner, we know he got crack. We know he can hit. But I don't think he got the power that a Danny Garcia got. And if Adrian Granados goes in there being reckless and not paying attention to detail and not staying disciplined, you know what I'm saying, and not making sure that he's being defensively responsible, Danny Garcia could hit him with a big shot. And that's it. It could be nighty-night for Adrian Granados. So that's why I'm saying this fight could go one or two ways to me. One way that it could go is either it's smelling and reeking, which I'm leaning more in favor of that, of Danny Garcia versus Mauricio Herrera. And Danny Garcia might just walk out with a robbery victory, because we know Adrian Granados comes to bring it, and he's going to pressure him. And we've seen when Danny Garcia has been in fights a la Sean Porter, with fighters that put the aggression on him, they make him kind of look bad, because we know what we're going to get with Danny Garcia. We're going to get that basic and elementary as fuck countering bullshit. It's very similar. All these damn Garcias, man, they all got something alike in their boxing skills. Whether it's a Danny Garcia or Mikey Garcia, they just like to sit in the pocket and counter your ass all damn day. Their footwork is flat as fuck, and they're right there to be hit. If they can't counter, they don't have a plan B, a plan C, all the way to a plan Z. That's it. Just counter, 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 counter. That's why Keith Thurman was able to call Danny Garcia's out on that bullshit. I saw that same bullshit too. That's all he like to do, sit there and counter your ass. If Adrian Granados can make life uncomfortable for him and get him out of his countering stance and force him to have to brawl, we're in for a fight. But here's the thing. Danny Garcia has shown a propensity to get in exchanges and brawls and be on the successful end. This happened when he fought Amir Khan. He landed that shot on his ass. This happened when he fought Lucas Matiste. That was a dangerous fight for him. This shit happened to him when he fought, Lamont Peterson. He's been in these exchanges, and Danny Garcia has come out victorious each and every single time. Minus the last one, the Lamont Peterson. I felt Lamont Peterson was robbed in that fight, but that's another story, another time, here and there. The point that I'm trying to say is this is going to be a tough fight. This, to me, actually might be the better fight of the night as opposed to Crawford and Khan. I know Crawford and Khan is the bigger name fight, and it's the fight that everybody's looking at, but this fight might be the more action-packed fight because of the styles. And we know in boxing, styles poses for fights, man. We know that. That's the thing with boxing, man. Styles makes fights. So this style, stylistically, of an Adrian Granados and the pressure that he brings in, because we know his pressure is relentless, and the countering and the power that Danny Garcia brings to the table is going to come in, and it's going to clash, and it's going to be an action-packed fight. So that's why I said this fight could go one or two ways. I still got Danny Garcia winning this fight regardless. I think it's going to be either Danny Garcia is going to stop his ass late, because Adrian Granados is going to get reckless in the second half of the fight, and I'm talking about in the championship round, 7 rounds and up. Can't give you guys a number. I just say late. And then Danny Garcia catches ass with a power shot, and it's probably going to be a right hook or a right hand lead, because we all know Danny Garcia's right hand is his hand. That's his power hand. He's going to throw one of them motherfuckers and get his ass. Or it's going to be a situation where this looks like a Danny Garcia and a Mauricio Herrera. A damn robbery. Granados outworked his ass, and Granados was more impressive, and he was able to stop Danny Garcia's countering bullshit, and he was able to outpunch him, and he was able to outwork him and have that work rate against him, and then expose Danny Garcia further. Because Danny Garcia cannot take no setbacks. This cannot be a setback fight for him. Because if he takes any setbacks, he could kiss the top of the echelon of the welterweights goodbye. If he's clamoring for that Keith Thurman or that Sean Porter fight, because we know damn well his ass is scared of Errol the True Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford, he don't want no parts of them. He's a very flawed fighter. Those guys will pick his ass apart. If he wants to fight one of those other two fighters that he has a great chance against, then yes, I could see him getting those fights. But this right here has to be the fight where he wins definitively. Yo, that's my take. Danny Garcia either by late TKO stoppage because Adrian Granados is reckless, or we're looking at Danny Garcia versus Mauricio Herrera part 2. And by the way, why didn't Mauricio Herrera get a rematch? Because his ass got robbed. See, that's the thing with the Garcias, man. Same shit with Lamar Peterson. But again, I don't want to open up those can of worms because we know there's the Danny cherry-picking Garcia fan base. They're going to come out in droves. You know, it's something about these Garcias. They always got a fan base that want to come out with some Rudy Poo and some plum ultra fanboy shit. So let's see, man. But I gave my prediction of the tail. I think this fight is going to be the sleeper, and it's going to be the more exciting fight on April 20th between that fight and the Crawford versus Khan. But y'all comment below and let me know what y'all think. This is He Knows His Sport. Checking out.